Welcome back everybody. In this part, I'm going to teach you guys about instance variables and class variables. So last time I introduced you guys to classes in Python, which is a really cool way to essentially create custom data types to represent complex things. So you can combine data and methods into a single type essentially, right? And it's really cool. So let's just start off with another example like dog. And usually when you create your class, you have your init function. So init, which is a method actually because it's part of the class. So remember the way it works is every time you create a new object of the class dog, it will call this init method and run whatever code is inside of it, or you can also pass data into it. So for example, we learned that we can pass in color, and so what we can do with that is do self.color is equal to color. So now every time we create a dog, we have to pass in a color. Then we're going to take the value passed in and set it into self.color. So every dog is going to have their own color that we can access, right? We can also do like breed, so self.breed is equal to breed. You can also just hard code it, of course, to whatever you want. You can get rid of that. It's up to you, right? So just giving you guys a little refresher while I teach you. But then once you have your class, you can then create objects of that class. So for example, we could do dog1 is equal to dog. And then now we want to pass in that color in the breed as it's suggesting here. So the color will say he's a, I don't know, we'll do gold. He's a gold dog and he's a golden retriever. We'll have dog2, which is a, let's just say black and white dog. And then he's a husky. All right, so we have two different dogs, and then we're passing in different values for their init method here. And now these two objects here are going to have their own versions of color and breed. So they're both going to have these two variables, but they're going to have different values potentially because we passed in different values. So what this is called here is a instance variable. And the value of this variable that's going to live inside dog is going to be different depending on what you pass in when you instantiate the object, okay? So that is essentially what makes it an instance variable. The instance is also known as the object. And so when we do self.breed, we're saying self as in the current object dot breed is equal to whatever value you want to set for it. So remember, self only refers to the current object for whatever object you're working with. In this case, dog1 or dog2. The value is set only for that instance, okay? So if instance variables are variables set only for the particular object, a class variable is a variable set for all objects of the class. We can create a class variable by going here above the init method, and we could do, for example, species is equal to, and the species for dog is Canis familiaris. So we're not doing self.species because it's not for a particular object. We're doing just species is equal to Canis familiaris. So now every single time we create a new dog object, they're all going to have the species variable inside of it with the value of Canis familiaris. So that is the difference between an instance variable and a class variable. The class variable, as the name implies, is for the entire class, so all objects, and then the instance variable is only local to the current object that you're working with, okay? So now the question is, which one do you use in which situations? So in a situation like this, where you want a value set for every single object of that type, every dog is going to be the same species, of course. It makes sense to use a class variable for that. It doesn't make sense. You can do self.species, and then you could have, an instance variable for that. But that's not going to differ from dog to dog. Every dog is going to be the same. So it just makes sense for it to be a class variable instead of an instance variable. And then likewise, whenever we create a new dog, they're all going to have different colors and breeds potentially. So we're using self.color to set it onto the object rather than the entire class. So once you have a class that has both instance variables and class variables, how can you work with them? So we already know how to access, instance variables. We can do dog1 dot color, for example, and then now we have access to the color, or we can actually just reassign it as well. Whatever you want to do. So we'll print out, for example, color is, and then we'll say dog1 dot color. Let's run this, see what we get. There we go. The dog's color is gold. So that's for the instance variable. And if you want to access the class variable on the object, you can do that if you want to. You could say the species is, and then we could do dog1 dot species. We get the species is Canis familiaris. So if you want to, you can access the class level variables the same way they access the instance variables. However, it's better practice to actually use the class name rather. So we could do, for example, dog.species. This is making it very clear that you're accessing the class variable instead of the instance variable. So dog, the class name, dot, the variable name. So if we run it, we get the same thing. The species is Canis familiaris. The reason for that is because technically you could have a variable, an instance variable, with the same name as a class variable. It's probably not very common, but it is possible. So we could do, for example, self.species is equal to potato. So now every time you create a new object of dog, it's going to have a class level species variable and an instance level species variable. So let's copy this and just paste it like that. Then we'll change it back to dog1.species. Let's see the difference between these two lines of code here. There we go. The species is potato, and then the species is Canis familiaris. So what happens here is that whenever you access .species from the object, by default, it's just going to find the instance one, not the class level one. So that's why if you particularly want the class level variable, you're trying to access that one, the proper way to do it is using the class name. So that will explicitly make it so that you access that one only, okay? All right, so that's one example. Let's do another one. So let's just say we have another class like car. How many wheels does car have? 4. Every car is going to have the same number of wheels, generally speaking. So we can make that our class variable. And then let's have our init variable, init. And then what do we want to pass in for this? Like I said, you don't have to pass in data for this, but it's common practice so that you can set some initial instance variables. So we could do, for example, make model. We'll set that so self.make is equal to make, and self.model is equal to model. Let's add some methods to our class. So define description. We're going to pass in self. Self allows us to access instance variables on the current object that we're working with. So we could do return f. We're going to return a f string. We'll say self.make. We'll say self.model. And then also, this is important, our car has 4 wheels. So let's just say that we want to report that in the description, right? So to do that, we could do with, and we could do self.wheels, of course, but the more proper way to do it, like I said, is to just use the class name. So we could do car.wheels. So that is making it more clear that we're accessing the class level variable wheels from car rather than any instance variables, okay? So return make model with that wheels. Simple enough, I think. Okay, let's try it out. So let's make a new car. So we'll say car is equal to car. We need to pass in our make and model. So we'll say Ford F-150. And then we'll print out our description. So we'll say car.description. Make sure you add your parentheses. Okay, let's try it out. Let's run it. There we go. We get Ford F-150 with 4 wheels. So let's say we do something like this, just to give you a basic example. Let's say we have defined update wheels self and then num wheels. So we're going to call this method and we're going to pass in the number of wheels that we want to update for this particular car. This is not totally realistic, but let's just say that we have a car, right? And when we create the car, it's going to have the wheels class level variable with the value of 4 for every single car. But let's just say that for some reason we want to call update wheels and update this particular car to be 3 wheels or something like that, right? How can we do that? Well, we're going to pass in the number of wheels, and then now we could do self.wheels is equal to num wheels. So if you look closely here, what this is doing is not updating this one, we're updating the one on self. So now the question we have to ask is, when we do self.wheels, up here in our init function or method, we didn't create a variable wheels. So this, is it referring to the class level variable wheels, or is it referring to a instance variable wheels and just creating it? How about we just test it and see what happens? So here we're going to create a new car, we're going to print the description, and then let's call update wheels. So we'll do car.update wheels, and then we'll say 3. So we're setting it to 3, and then we're going to print the description again. Okay, let's run this, see what we get. So we're getting Ford F-150 with 4 wheels, Ford F-150 with 4 wheels. So both times it was 4 even though we did the update. So this tells us basically that we passed in the number of wheels and then we did self.wheels. Because we did self.wheels, it's referring to the instance level variable. It doesn't exist yet, so it's just going to create it and set it to that value, okay? So if you want to verify that, we can just do car.wheels. So this will tell us, there we go, we get Ford F-150 with 4 wheels, that's the class level one, and then 3 because we're printing out the current value of car.wheels, which is now the instance level variable that we set here. And that again just goes to show you that to avoid any confusion, just always use the class name dot and then the variable name for the class variable that you're trying to work with. Otherwise, if it's a instance variable, use self and access it that way, okay? Okay, let's do one more example because I think this is another good one. So we're going to have a class bank account, and we're going to have within this account amount, or how about account count? It's going to have an initial value of 0, and then every time we create a new bank account, we're going to pass in the owner of the bank account, their name, and then a balance, which we can set to initial value or default value of 0. Then with that data, we can do self.owner is equal to owner, and then self.balance is equal to balance. And something that we can do, which is pretty cool, is every time we create a new bank account, it's going to call the init method, right? So let's increment this variable here. So we could do, for example, bank account dot account count plus equals 1. So every time this is called, which is every time you create a new instance of bank account, it's just going to increment the class level variable by 1. So now essentially we have a global way of tracking how many objects have been created of bank account. And then if you want to, you can add a method, whatever you want to add. But now let's try creating a bank account and seeing that this actually works. So we're going to do, and in between these, we're going to do bank account dot account count and see if it goes up. Let's run it, see what we get. There we go, we get 1 and 2 because every time we create a new bank account, again, it's going to increment the class level variable, the class variable of bank account by 1. And that is it for this video, everybody. I really hope you guys found this interesting. Now you guys know how to work with instance variables for classes or objects, and then also class variables, which are variables for the entire class, not particular to an object, okay? So hopefully you guys learned a lot and you found this video interesting. See you guys next time, and peace.